Hello, hello, hello. I'm the PaintedDog and welcome back to another episode. I hope you are doing well and that you're having a lovely day so far. I don't know what that was, but yeah, let's get out of this view. And if you can remember from our last episode, we started with explosives and extract and all that. Today, I want to go a little bit further. So, first up, I had a look here and this is now drained down, so I can go ahead and just put this in. And to get through there a bit faster, we need explosives, extract, and planks. So let's go. I want planks here. I want explosives. And I need extract. Okay, so if I can do that in the background and get that sorted out for us. Okay, great. So now, as soon as we get this in, we can do that. So let me just speed this along. I set this to highest priority in the meantime, so we can get that sorted. For our coffee, we don't have anything yet because we only have this gathered. You can only gather there. So let's go ahead and get that guy operational. Do I have anything for automation for coffee yet? I might be blind, but I don't see it. That's for... Oh, that's nothing at this stage. So congratulations, you are for coffee. Good going. You are for coffee. And if it's less than 80, coffee, and if it's more than 95%. Great. Now this can be automated for coffee. Great. Because this hasn't been set yet. For you and for you. I should build this up a bunch of these and then just get them set up correctly, so I can just go in and change those and type in the name. So hopefully we'll get this. Okay, they have all the resources there. I don't know, we won't be able to get that because we don't have bad water, but that's something for another day. Let's go and have a peek down here. How far are they now? Great. Actually want to get this done as well. Just so that we have all of these sorted. Planks and gears. Let's get this one in first. Because then we can get the decontamination part going, because if we want to break through there, we'll need to be able to sort out the poor beaver that was contaminated. Just want this to drain a bit faster. And then we have a bit of extra water in here, so that's great. Then we can pump a bit more water and then we can get that sorted as well. Or get that squared away. After this is done, I can always just seal this up. And that's so much science, and now we have 192. Just want to see if this gets done. Couple more metal parts. Okay, and now gears. We have 120 gears, so no worries there. So I'm going to go ahead and get that unpaused as well. So they can get that sorted. Thing is, I can always go ahead and just put a sluice in here, or it's not a sluice, a full valve. But yeah, it won't really bother me to just go ahead and do this. Yeah, I can just go ahead and I'll do that afterwards, because now, yeah, it won't be good. Sorry, my dude. Oh, it's not you. You just delivered everything. Let's just wait for this poor builder to come. Laji. Oh, you are fast. You are truly fast. Why are you pushing out more water so that it overflows? Just because it was an initial surge? You know what? I'm a dum-dum at times. Now I have a couple of unwell beavers. Why, oh why are you doing this? I forgot to take that out. And this pathway is still... I don't know why they ran through here. Is it because there's another pathway that they have access to? That's just frustrating. Got that we have all this water, it also needs it. But then it will drain a bit faster. I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to prioritize you by haulers as well, just so we can get you going. That's our builder's hut. Let's just see. That's sorted. Sorry about that. The game had to be paused because I got a phone call that was urgent. Okay, so as I said, I put this in now. I have a couple of memory nodes in, and for a couple of resources. You see, for the corn rations itself, and for prepared food that's only prepared at one building, that can still be done. But for instance, the berries can't be automated unless there's one gatherer that's only doing that. Okay, so the scavenger flags are out, so I'm just going to pause them so that they can take those materials out. But luckily, we already have access to this. So these ones I'm just going to automate to scrap metal and automate to scrap metal. Still have quite a lot to there, so it's fine. So we can still start to get our way over here, because if you can remember, here's a mine right here, so it would actually be helpful to do that. And since there's water flowing here, it might be an idea to get a couple of water wheels in here and put the smelters in here, if we were to take this mine over and do this. But I need to get in here and seal that off so we can just leave it, or basically get this sorted. Okay, but for that I need to get away. What I need to do, let me just without getting too sidetracked, I need to get explosives and specifically unlock the tunnels, so we can tunnel this out when in a drought. Tunnel this out and get a couple of things sorted out, so we can seal that off. So basically, instead of water flowing up here, it just flows off a map right there. Yeah, that's something that we need to do. But if you take a look here, I already placed in the next row. I'm going to get this up to that level. But just another extra one. I could actually have done that already, but for now, that's fine. Let's get that in. And they can always take this out later on. All this is now connected, which is great. I like that. All of these are paused, and I really like this whole setup now for automation. Yes, we'll get a couple of areas where, when, for instance, the water switches on, we'll lose 6 people right there, but that's fine. It will be, they will come in, do the work, and then they'll just disappear. Okay, so I put in the centrifuge so we can get extract, so we can get the memory nodes in. So that's now done. We have a basic extract there. So yeah, we can start doing a bit more work. So I'm thinking, since we have this now, to get this unlocked. But as you see there's a high chance of injury. But it's the same with some, for instance, the centrifuge. And we have 3 injured beavers now. But I'm not too picky at this stage. We can always look forward to getting the bots in. But I'm going to do, for instance, with this, I need planks, metal, blocks, and gears. I'm going to do a separate setup to produce planks, gears, and metal blocks for this, just to make sure that we have extra supply, because we only have 1 lumber mill at this stage right there. So I'm going to do a separate setup for that. So for instance, let's say we place the bot production in here. I'll have my own lumber mill and gear factories and maybe smelters. Otherwise I can just do this thing that I thought about doing here and get that sorted out, so it's produced here. So yeah, just to help a little bit. But I think that might be the way to go for us. But okay, so let's see what we can do here. They are busy filling that in. And automation is now done for what we already have. So let's have a quick peek. We couldn't get this because we didn't have treated planks. But now we do. So let's get the coffee in here. But we need 200 horsepower for that. But that's no big deal for us now, since we have all of these water wheels right here. You can see that's basically in. This is not a big building, but it's not small. as well. If I were to take this out, just replace it with one of these guys. Let's get that as the highest priority. Just place it there. We need water and coffee beans to produce that. So if we were to go like this and get water, coffee bean. So get water in there, please. Get coffee beans in there, and you'll send out coffee. I need to actually go ahead and place in foodstuffs in here. For instance, do something like this. I place it in there. But as I said, this isn't the final setup for our housing. That might be something that we do sooner rather than later to sort that out. But for now, I'm just going to place in one like this and just get coffee, please. Okay. So if you take a look at the map, this is actually the center, and I want to place in, I know it should actually make districts, but I think for now, if I just get a central area and do all my housing in there, that would also work. What I can do is, for instance, this, since we don't really get water splashing over here anymore, maybe build up this area to get this sorted out. Since we have these like this, maybe take this out and place in normal sluices there, just so we have an option of getting water in here from below, and then maybe build up our housing in here. I think that might work. And this is actually redundant at this stage because we always have water in here because of this. We had a 23-day drought. I can always take this down a little bit more, but for now this is fine. So with all that waffling out of the way, let's get our explosive factories unlocked. We are producing extract right there. All of this is just temporary. We can always demolish and place in more buildings later on. But for now, let's get that in. You need, for explosives, you need Badwater and then convert it to that. So let's put in that. No. That's not a good place because we can always stack in more buildings that require things like that. Things of that nature. Planks. How many planks do we have? So I'm going to go ahead and take this bad boy and I'm just going to throw it in there. And get that sort. I'm just going to go ahead and demolish this. I'm not going to waste my time with that. I still reach that. Great. This will be for Badwater. This will be for explosives. Great. And you will produce explosives, please. Now, since we have while that's screaming at me, let's get this for explosives. And I need to place in more resource counters. This will reset there, or set there and reset there. Now this is for explosives, and if it's less than 80%, that would be great. And this is explosives, and more than, this is where I would wish that you can actually go in there and just type in, because I spend a lot of my time just to try and get to 95%. I don't know, it's not necessary, but it's nice to have it. And just as redundancy, let's just place that in. So you will be automated according to explosives. Great, so you can get that sorted out. That's built. Okay, so now we have explosives. Already 7 of those. We have extract. Actually just build up a storage tank for that. But I'm thinking now we have everything we need, so I might as well just unlock this, and we have a lot of science. I need to find an area where we can just dump a lot of resources. For instance, here. And this will be for extract. Okay, so now we have that. So let's go in here. Let's demolish that just a little bit so we can get in another wheel. Because if you take a look at this takes 200. This takes 150. The smelter takes 200. Wood workshop takes 250. So one wheel won't be enough to power everything there. But if you were to take all of this out, yeah, that's fine. Then we can be, because this produces 646. So we're going to take that out. And then all that. I know they will be unhappy with that, but that's okay. So let's spin this around and get that in. Highest priority. Get that sorted for us, please. I just like to get... I need to look at it if I can find a mod that can basically set all the rubble to at least you can choose which priority or gathering priority it should be set by default. That would really help us. Okay, so everything there is automated, which is great. This is now somewhat sorted. So I'm going to take all of these out. And now we get to the part where we just build this up. Something like this. But instead of doing that, we'll do this and get just dams. I think dams will be fine. Always change it out for... You know what? No, I don't have to do this. No, I still need, because otherwise it will overflow. I don't know. Let's quickly see this. While it's a temperate cycle. Let's see if we close this up, if this now overflows again, or is this now fine. And remember I placed in the sluice fill valves on that side. I keep saying sluices, it's fill valves now. And throttling valves. If I do that, let's just see if this overflows. I don't think it will. It will produce a bit more power for us. But I don't think this will overflow now. Seriously, dum-dums. Let me just keep an eye out for if I see any messages like that. So no, this will be fine. So, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and take out those two dams. And just put in levees. Because what I want to do is, instead of these floodgates, just put in full valves here. So they shut down when a certain level and a certain threshold is reached. Put in a couple of floodgates, for instance, on this side. And then get that sorted like that. So yes, I think that will work. But I will need to get in here to do that. So with that in mind, let's just go like this. Now we need... I'm just going to go... Let's go 90. This will be 85. Let's just go all the way to that side. It's always nice to have the option to reach over to this side. So we'll first try to fill this bit up, and if that's done, then it will push over to this side. But I'm not going to do this yet, because we still need to sort things out over here. But I think for now, that will be fine. have an option to get that sorted. I know this gate is the problem at this stage, but hopefully they can get to everything here from this road. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They'll probably be able to get to about there. That's fine. Now this is a problem now. Where's a bad water one? Less than 80. See, I didn't set this up. There and there. There you go. Okay, so now that will get sorted out. And I made a boo-boo there. Already built up the entire way around there, but yeah. Not on that side. I want to get this sorted for now. Let's see what it does. I had a bit of a stutter there. I don't know if it might be an incompatibility of a mod or anything like that, but yeah, I'm getting a bit of stuttering now and jumping. Hopefully it's not my PC. Touch wood. But we'll see. Now this is going strong. These are built, so that's great. And they are providing our dumb beavers a bit of work there. I'm going to go ahead. Since we are getting a bit of bad water in and having a bit of that used, and we do have a bit of extra. You know what? No. Let me just leave it so we can get this sorted out. We won't be able to get it sorted this drought. Definitely not. But hopefully next drought we can get that sorted. We have a bit of work there. So what I was thinking about to get this taken down so we can get more water in. But I also want to get, if you can remember, we have a source in here. And these ones. At this stage they are being pushed out that side and mostly this side. So what I'm thinking of doing, as I think I said it in one of the previous videos, is to get down here, block this off this way and this way, and then only get good water pushed through here, and then by taking out explosives, getting through here, and then putting in valves in here as well, and get all this water being pushed through here, so we can get this all this water in, good water in there. And as soon as it's a bad tide, to push that to this side. Just for now, we can always do something else and we can get good water throughout, but I think that would be a way to go. Then we don't actually need to divert it here, but I think this will be a bit fast at the end of the day. So yeah, we can try that later on, but yeah, I think for now this will work. And then we have our underground ruins here where we can put this. I need to get more, or set up a bit more for our tubeways. Get this sorted out a bit more. So I think with that in mind, let's go ahead and maybe do something like this. We can do that. You know what? No, you don't even need to do that. And just run it straight down here. And maybe do something. We have tunneling now. I might as well do something like that. And then you know what? Let's do something a bit sneaky. Get that in there. So then I can move this over one and then get running through there. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Then we can get this connected up at least. And as I said, none of this is permanent. We can always move things around. So I'm not too worried about that. We are a day away. So I'm going to go ahead and get this unlimited. Get all that water flowing out. Because I want to get in there and place in those fill valves. That would definitely help us. So if we can get this flowing out completely, let's get down there. Let's get these dum-dums getting in there and doing a bit of work. And this is now open. Yes, we wasted a bit of water, but that's fine. We have 4 contaminated beavers. Not ideal, but hey, that's fine. Let's go ahead and take out that. Get a couple of planks back from there. Which is fine by me. And I'm just going to go ahead and get that plugged up for now. And I can get this at the leisure. Until that's over, basically flooded. But they'll get this sorted. We have a lot of space. And it's only planks. And we do have a lot of space. And then they don't have any reason to get down here. So that's fine. Okay, so hopefully that's done now. Yes, it is. We take that out. Great. Let's just delete that. Storage. This will be for scrap metal. Highest priority, please. Okay. So just to take out the temptation for these dudes. Let me get that. And then I'll just go ahead and take that out as well. So this is now 80%. That is of 0.8 meters. And this is now 0.9. I'm just keeping it like that so we don't get surging over the top. Okay. So now that's built. They are placing these in. And hopefully we can get this bit of tubeway sorted. With that in mind, I'm just going to go ahead and pause that again, because this will flood now. And you know what? Same with that. Don't know why I'm so bothered. I can just go 2 dynamite there, 3 dynamite with extract, and then just blow everything up. But then I have to put soil over the top of it, dirt over the top of it, and I don't really want to do that now. So if we go like this, and we get this bad boy. And then that will be connected. Great. And you can get a little bit faster from over here. Now I need to go ahead and just close this up again. Seriously? Thank you. Now just to stop dum-dums from doing something stupid there, let me just take that out. And it's turning daytime and we have a bad tide approaching. Great, so we don't have issues with water. I'm just going to go ahead and place in another one of these. Get that sorted. I want to know, are you going to shut off? You are supposed to shut off. Yeah. More than, not less than. We'll see now, as soon as there's a drought again, if that's an issue. But for now, that's fine. Okay, so this will continue to fill up this way if there's a bit of water out there, or taken out from there. And they are starting to make their way over here. So that's great. Now, I was thinking about this area here. Basically, if we were to go down, I want to take this down as low as it can go. Basically to get into here. What the... No, 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 no. I'm not gonna do that. Water not being pushed through here. Did I do something dumb? Water's flowing through there. It's flowing up here. I did something dumb somewhere. Let's get this water flowing out there. I'd rather have nothing in here than this. Now we'll have a lot of beavers that's contaminated. But that's fine. Let me just go ahead and put in a couple of these guys in there. If they can split the difference, that would be fine. Just go unlimited for now. Okay, no, 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 no. Let's leave it at that. There's no water flowing through there. go none. That's a bit of a concern. "17 days. We need to get this flowing again. Let's do something like that. But the difference, don't know why it's overflowing there or flooding on that side. So now I know where the issue came from. Don't know why it's surging, that's the thing. No, for now I'm just going to leave it like that. I don't want more unwell and contaminated beavers. We need to address this issue. So with that in mind, let's just take this out. And do that. And then just go ahead. Take that out. And do something like that. I'm not even going to waste time. Let's see if that works. That's a problem now on that side, but that's fine. I'm just going to live with it. Just get that built, please. And then you can go ahead and get that built. Great. So I'm going to go ahead and get this set up on this side. Oh, on top here. Just because, yeah, it's a bit further down from there, but then I don't have to worry, even I can start filling these up. So that's now connected. And I have 10 beavers. We have a couple of homeless beavers as well. So I'm just going to go ahead. Build up 2 more of those. And get this sorted. Something like this. And I'm going to do a similar thing on this side and get that in. As I said, this won't be the final place for this, but yeah, that's fine. Because of all the beavers that are missing there, they're going to produce more kits, and yeah, just going to be a headache. So for now, that's fine. Do we see if this still floods? Let's see if it's still... Yep, it does. And that's because of this. Just need to keep an eye out on our food situation, because we're going to get a lot of die-off. That's fine. I'm not even going to worry about that for now. We'll sort that out at a later stage. We just need these guys going again, but alas, it's not going to work for us. If I were to do something like this, and let's just go like that. And build this up one by one, basically. And this is the next area where there might be issues. Just move this medical bed over. Get that deleted. And do something like that. Hold up a normal levee over there. I know there's still the issue of that connection, but we can always try and do something. Maybe take this one out. Because these are separate at this stage. I wish we had an option for an impermeable floor, but instead of the horizontal, get it vertical. For instance, on the sides of platforms, for instance. That would really be helpful. Now that I think about it, I'm gonna take this guy out. I take that out. Then let's go boom boom here. Get these sorted. This is not the best way to do this. Not by any stretch, but that's fine. If we were to do something like this, and let me take this guy out, and then do this, then just go impermeable floor on that. See if we can get something going in here. We take that, copy it, and put it there. Then those will be connected. Question is, do I just take this guy out? Then maybe go something like this. No. That might not have been the best idea. But hey, that's okay. Then if we take this, just put it like that for now. This is a lot of extra work, I know. But that's fine. That's fine. We'll live with it. And I don't really want to waste any more clients at this stage. Just going to go ahead and do that. And do something like that. place that back there. I don't need that one. Yeah, get that sorted for me, please. Then all of these will be connected. Take that out. I know this is not ideal because this is only one high and that is too high. But we'll see what we can do. Next route we can do something with that. Or yeah, or probably yeah, or a temperate cycle, long enough temperate cycle we can do something with that. Yeah, they are getting all of that in. Then I can start demolishing this and then getting this water wheel back. This one is basically redundant. But I don't think the water flow through there will be a major issue. It'll be spectacularly high. But again, we never know. At this stage we are struggling to fill this up, never mind getting overflow on this side. Currently I just want to have this area draining out, getting all this water out. Yeah, just one unwell beaver. So it's not a major issue. Get this placed in there. And then get that taken out, please. Probably walked in down there to get that sorted. Okay, now let's check to see if this is now sorted. Hopefully we won't see any flooding over to this side. We'll get a stop and start of the water wheels, but that's okay. Okay, now that issue is sorted out. With that in mind, we might need a new area for if this overflows to spill out in, but that would be a good problem to have. A really good problem to have. We take this up to 0.9. Let's seal that up completely and see if we were to push all the water through here, what would happen. I don't think it would be too much of a major issue, but we need to see. Okay, I think for now we are sorted. Couple of beavers still going. We have a 4K to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and just going to check. Basically, if I'm not mistaken, it's around here. I'm going to go ahead and say it's there. With that in mind, I'm just going to go, no, this one first. Now we need to get a pathway going through here. And I think this will be a good enough place. Get that in. That's fine. Just take that down. What do we need for this? 300 gears, we don't have enough. 200 metal, we have enough. 50 of that, yeah, we are fine with that. So we need to produce a bit more. I'm going to go ahead and find a place for us to put in more lumber mills. It would be great if we could get it in here, but space is a bit of a limiting factor in here. As I said, this isn't the major area, or it won't be the area where we basically produce all of those. And I don't want to place in... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go singles. Okay. Let's go one more. And then we can go... Let's go ahead and copy you. And then let's go ahead and copy you. Okay, now let's connect all of this up. We are going to need logs. And then something like that. You will be for gears. Great. You will be for logs. You will be for logs. You will be for planks. You will be for gears. Great. So you can sort that out by yourselves. We are definitely going to need a bit more workers there. Where are you getting contaminated? That's my question. Are there issues through here? I think it might... No, it can't be on that side. I don't know where the issues might be. But that's something we can sort out later. I actually need to find a way for our beavers to... Yeah. Okay, so I can go ahead and do that. Let's just go around here. Get this guy sorted. These sorted. I think that's fine. We'll see. We do have a bit of extract, so I'm not too stressed about that. And they can get to all of these from around there. Okay, great. And this is higher than that. It might bubble up from this way. Just basically want to see, as soon as everything's laid out, we can always put in a couple of levees through here. Our water situation is a bit dire, but we still have water in stock. We do have corn rations. We have a lot of corn still there. I think for now this is fine. I should have made I had the option. Put in sluices or fill valves in here. Just so we can stop this flowing. But did I do that? No, I didn't. But we are a day, 1.2 days away from getting more water in here. And then as soon as this is cleared up, I actually want to go down here. Go in here and do something with this. Yeah. I'm actually going to go two ways. One pathway going in here, basically to spill it out this way. It's a bad tide. And then another one. Basically, what I want to do. Let me quickly show you. Get this going like that. And then running down there. Ne? Then placing in some full valves. Maybe in here or up there. It doesn't matter. In here would have been best, but we have all this water now to contend with. And if it's a bad tide, they switch off and then push everything this way. And then get a couple of full valves with another tunnel running through maybe here. Like this. Getting that going all the way through here. Then I'm going to place in a couple of full valves. Like that. Let me just pause that. And then a couple in here. So the idea is, if I were to take this all the way down here. Take this to a point where you can flow off the map. Maybe something like that. Or just leave it. Open this up. I think that might still be the way to go. Open that up so it flows down there. So, and to connect these up with full valves, for instance. So if it's a good tide, put in more full valves there. They open up when it's a bad tide. These close up. It pushes it in here. There's it. Push it down there. And then full valves on that side. I know it's confusing, but as soon as we basically get a chance, as soon as we get an opportunity to get in here, I'll show you what I mean with that. But let's just get into the new season. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to open that up. Set this to unlimited. Not yet. Please don't walk through. Nah. Don't know why I thought they won't walk through there. I'm just gonna force them. I don't trust them. This is now set to, let's say, unlimited. I want to push all this bad water out. I'm going to take this down to, say, let's say 60%. Take this up to that. I can push all the water through here. Hopefully we don't get more unwell beavers with all this surging. Let's blow that up and let's have a quick peek. This is now what we want. Basically spot on. I'm gonna get them to fill that in. Okay, I can't even do this. Because they are going to be dum-dums. Yeah, that's fine. And we have more unwell beavers. Great. So the water, if I'm not mistaken, is now being pushed through here. Great. And it's going to start flowing in here now. That's set to unlimited. Great. Come on. Okay, now I don't have to set this to unlimited. Let's just go 0.5. 0.65. And 7, that's fine. Okay, now we can go ahead and do that. Water's flowing in there, great. Okay. So for now, crisis is averted. For now. We'll see what happens in the near future. But at least we still had food, we still had water, so everything is fine there. A lot of extra beavers, but that's fine. We have a lot of free beds. Food just needs to be able to keep up, but that's fine. We'll sort that out. Let's get you in. And prioritize your planting. Great. Same with you. Get everything sorted, please, my dude. Okay. So we did a bit of crisis managing now. Hopefully that's fine. Hopefully we got that under wraps. But as I said, hopefully we'll get this sorted out. This bit here. I think it might be time for us to get this in. I'm just going to go ahead and pause these ones. This is later stage. Something for us to do. In the meantime, if I can get... I'm going to take this down, the priority of this down a little bit. So if we get something else to do, they can do that. Otherwise, just sort that out. I just want to have a look at the state of the water in here. As soon as this is clear enough, I'm going to send beavers down. Just to get that sorted out. And we have our basic system in here for this. Our tubeway stations. But I really want to get this sorted as well. But for that, I need to get this sorted out and squared away. But before we go ahead and disappear, let me just get this in and get that in. So what I'll do off screen, I'll get this built and get all of this dynamite laid in so we can take that down. Then we can start thinking about getting this in so we can open and close that, and we can keep it open during droughts. And then we don't actually have needed this settling pond or reservoir here. So yeah, it's a bit of an extra thing that we have that we don't actually need. But yeah, I'll basically do that, and now this is sorted out. We have water in there, and then we can start doing a bit more work. But we'll see how this goes. But as I said, we have this to sort out. We have a bit of our tubeway station, and yeah. But I hope you, I wouldn't say enjoy, but yeah, you could have enjoyed my stupidity at times. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Cheerio.